In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
What is up, everybody? Oh, I'm so sorry. I stole it from Wayno. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wayno.
From the top. From the top.
You know what to do, Drew. Count me in.
From the top.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Two Buck Sports Show with your host, Rusty Buckets, and the one, the only, Drew Gann.
Much better the second time around. I got locked in trying to get the show together. I've just old habits die hard. I'm like Tari Eason. Tari Eason is 0 for 34 this month.
Oh.
I am 0 for on the Two Buck Sports Show today. Welcome to the show, everybody. Appreciate y'all being here. Wayno, appreciate the epic intro as always. We're riding high today, boys. We had us a Memphis Grizzlies win last night. Can't wait to talk about it with y'all. Drew, how you doing today, buddy? Everything good in North Mississippi?
Yeah, everything's good. Listen, Wayno's bringing all the goodness towards the Mid-South area. You got a win last night against Denver, the most improbable win of the last 2 years. And the weather got better. It's now like 75 degrees. If he could have came in a night earlier, maybe the U.S. would have, won the gold medal game in the WBC.
Yeah.
But I mean, all's good. All's good. Looking forward to getting to Memphis tomorrow to watch the Grizzlies and Celtics. Purchase tickets for me and Kenny to join you two buffoons in FedEx Forum tomorrow.
Yeah. You gotta come out a little bit early so we can go get some good grub before the game. We hit up Central Barbecue yesterday. Wayno, let the people know how your Central Barbecue experience was.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Y'all eat pig. Y'all eat pig in Australia.
I am not a big pork guy. I can eat it, but it's just not my first choice. But I got the brisket, which was amazing. Yeah.
Brisket nachos yesterday at Central Barbecue was absolute move. I just had a brisket plate. Maggie looked at my plate and she goes, "That's just meat." And I'm like,
Yes.
hell yeah.
I mean, what did you expect? I ordered a brisket plate. I didn't order a brisket fries and veggies plate. I ordered a plate with brisket on it.
There was a mountain of brisket. There was 2 little sides of potato salad and baked beans that I moved out of the way, and we just hammered the brisket before then eating the sides. So it was a great evening.
Yeah, that sauce you had a bit of kick to it though. Ooh.
Yeah, that had their sweet heat. It's like a little honey on the front end, and it was spicy on the back end. And I mean, it was pretty spicy. Like it was definitely up there.
Was it spicy on the back end as well?
It was. Yeah. Now that you mention it. Yeah, Tiger fan. The brisket is good. It was slow smoked. It was tender. It was good. It was a good cut. Like it was nothing wrong about it. Their wings are good. I do like their smoked wings. I almost went with those yesterday, but when Wayno mentioned the brisket nachos, I was like, yeah, we just getting a brisket plate today. I ain't wasting my time with no chips or anything. We just eating meat.
Did you go to the Waffle House after the game like I told you to?
But we were all dragging last night.
That's when you go to Waffle House. It's like you've never been.
I was riding high and I crashed pretty hard when we got home. I can tell you, I was out pretty cold.
We were chatting. He was on the post game bounce, like chatting. It was fun. And then when he got off the post game bounce, we went about another half mile, and then it was silent the rest of the way home as we all just was like, coming off that roller coaster. And like him and Maggie were in the living room last night, and I just went in there and I just cut the lights off. It's like, I'm going to bed. Y'all can do it whatever you want, but I'm going to bed.
So what'd y'all do last night? Wayno? y'all play cards?
Nope.
Enjoy your time without Rusty?
They followed suit.
We just need someone to tell us to go to bed, basically, because we were like, let's go.
I was the house dad. They were like, oh, you know what? Now you mention that, that's a good idea. Like, let's go to bed. Like some civilized people at a decent hour instead of staying up for hours after the game by going to Waffle House, which would have been good, but it would have put us in the wee hours of the morning, and I would have been real grumpy today. That's for sure.
A Waffle House after a Grizzlies win at that hour of night would have provided more fireworks than the Grizzlies win itself.
Yeah, because there's a good chance you're going to see a fight. You're going to see a robbery. You're going to see something you've never seen before, both in your food, in the kitchen, behind the counter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Waffle House is a true American experience.
It's a mixed bag.
That's a good way to describe it. It's a mixed bag, much like the Memphis Grizzlies on this season. I'm Luke Hatmaker with these transitions today. Luke Hatmaker with these transitions today.
We are the Two Bucks, and this is our sports show with special guest Wayne Hunt in town from down under. And
just say Wayno. I feel like I'm in trouble. Like
I don't like calling you Wayne. Like, what does your wife call you?
She calls me babe or
okay.
Yeah. Wayne,
Yeah,
just
I'm
say
not going
Wayno. Just say Wayno.
Yeah. Wayno.
Wayne Hunt is way too formal. Like
I introduced him to Brevin Knight last night. I was like, this is my friend Wayne.
Yeah, just say Wayno.
Yeah, Wayno.
You know what? Shout out to Brevin Knight and big ups for like introducing us. But man, I felt a bit bad. Like he had 2 hands full of food and he's on his way, and I was like, man, I don't want to bother you. So Brevin, we know you watch the show because you're a big fan, but apologies, mate.
It was funny. He was like, this is what the Memphis Grizzlies season has devolved to. He said, I have Dippin' Dots, and he had a bowl of Dippin' Dots for pregame, popcorn for during the game. And I'm like, yeah, I get that, man. One of us. One of us.
What a combination.
Yeah.
Just that's the full boat is what we call it.
Yeah. One of my like elite snack combo, and I'm not like a lot of people will put M&Ms in their popcorn, so you get that little salty sweet like when it's hot. Reese's Pieces is the go-to. If you put some Reese's Pieces in hot popcorn, you get that salty sweet peanut butter mix. 100 out of 10. Can't recommend that enough.
I don't like it.
Oh,
I don't. And
shocking. He's shocking to everyone. Drew Gann disagrees with me on something.
Yeah. It's not that I disagree. I don't agree on the delivery. I don't like melting the chocolate because I want my popcorn hot right out of the microwave. Boom, in the mouth. It's the whole bag's gone in under 10 minutes. I don't want to melt. I don't like the half melted chocolate. So what I do, popcorn on my right side, bowl of candy on the left side, and you're alternating.
Best of both worlds.
You're getting it from both directions. You know, like Chuck with the churros, you know?
Immunity.
I'm very clearly referencing a very famous meme. Okay.
Yes. But speaking of both, anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies played last night. Real quick, too, shout out Wayno. Birthday present from Wayno. Got an auto Jaren Jackson card with the jersey patch on it in the acrylic case. Shout out Wayno. Great birthday present. It was a nice little surprise yesterday. Meant to give that shout out earlier. It was by my mouse, so I reached my mouse and was like, yeah, by the way.
Nice.
But the Memphis
I had,
Grizzlies did get a win. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Drew.
I had somebody buy me a John Morant rookie card. My neighbor, who's a great guy. He bought me a John Morant rookie card for Christmas one time. It was just like a base rookie card, whatever. I don't know where it's at.
I've got a Brandon Clark rookie card now. I've got a GG rookie card. I've got my Jaren rookie card. My brother got me a Dak rookie card. I'm getting a collection of all the players that I like and I follow.
That do not perform in the playoffs.
Sense of theme.
Also, not wrong.
Players that poop their pants or what?
Speaking of not performing in the playoffs, the Memphis Grizzlies got a win last night over the Denver Nuggets, 125-118, in what was a fun atmosphere, fun game, great first experience. I'm going to kick to Wayno first. This is your first time at the FedEx Forum, first time watching the Grizzlies play, and obviously playing at home. What was your takeaways from the game, the experience, kind of the whole like overarching themes last night?
Yeah, look, I'm going to be a bit biased because I've been looking forward to this day for a long time and it lived up to all the hype. So for me, it was like a mini championship going on inside my brain, to be honest with you. And considering the season we've had right now, like I am so happy. I did say this morning that that game would have been a lot different with Aaron Gordon on the court. But I will kind of touch on something the coach said after the game in the presser, which I totally agreed, which I kind of didn't realize at the time. But totally agree with now, is that it was a good win because it wasn't, even though Ty Jerome had like some big shots and some back-to-back threes in that game, it wasn't one of those games where we came out super hot and we were like, caught fire from beyond the arc or anything. It was like a really, when we say Island of Misfit Toys kind of group, like it really was that. And that game put you through all the experiences of the youth that our team has, the inexperience that we have, and for them to sort of battle their way and find through it without having to rely on such a hot streak from behind the arc was, like pretty impressive.
Yeah. I thought it was a professional win. That's what I said on the post-game show today. It didn't seem fluky, and when it was in the balance, they went and took it. The Grizzlies went and took it. And that was so encouraging to me because I've talked ad nauseum about what purposefully losing takes away from the psyche of a team and just the mentals, where you're not actively trying to win for long periods of time. And do you lose that ability to go win one? And last night they saw blood in the fourth quarter. They played, and I'm sure in the back of their minds they just kept waiting for something to happen and the tables to turn, and it got in the fourth quarter and they saw blood and they went and they took the game, and Taylor Hendricks got the block. Omax hit the three. Like it was an incredible night, and I am most happy for Wayno. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That was awesome. I'll be honest with you, Wayno. If you told me right now I'm not going Friday night to watch us play the Celtics, I would get it. Like pretend one in and out, win over a top 5 seed in the West. Yeah. We're going to end it on a high.
Yeah, I keep my perfect record.
I wouldn't blame you either. But last night it's okay to win some. And I see y'all got this Tigers fan for life. Got some odd looks yesterday because he was cheering for the Nuggets to win, tank for the calls. And I hear that. But at the same time, we're fans of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's okay to win some games. You're not going to go over on the back half of the season. Like, it's okay to root for your team to win a game, especially this iteration of the team, because, like, this team, like, a lot of these guys, you're not going to see DeJon Jarreau on this team at all next year, right? There's a world where Walter Clayton Jr. should not be on this team next year. Like, Taj Gibson ain't going to get minutes next year. Like, enjoy. You got to win over a playoff team last night because this team plays hard, because they play fun. Like, again, you had Omax, you had GG, you had Taylor Hendricks getting big blocks at the rim. GG met Cam Johnson at the rim twice last night and swatted shots and absolutely played their tails off and earned that win last night. And so I'm going to be excited and cheer for him and be happy for him, because if you look at the rest of our schedule, like, Wayno, I hate to tell you, we're probably going to get just belt to behind on Friday night from Boston. Like, they're playing good basketball. They're going to murder us. So Look, dog, yes, we are tanking. And if you win one game, that doesn't mean you're not tanking.
Yeah.
Again, I appreciate y'all being here. Last thing I'll say, I'm gonna shut up. Appreciate y'all being here. But the most annoying fan is the one that's like, well, we won a game last night, so we're not tanking anymore. Like, it's okay to win basketball games.
Yeah. Listen, we had lost 7 in a row. We lost 5 in a row at home. I hate tanking. I understand what everybody's saying, because what is working in favor, the point in favor of 901 Tiger fan for life here. We're going to shorten that in just a second, because I don't want to say the whole thing over.
Tiger fan.
Is that New Orleans won again last night, and that would have flipped it. That would have been the one that flipped it. You had a game against Denver, and then New Orleans won again last night, and ultimately, I don't care. I don't care. We'll get there.
Yeah.
New Orleans has won like now 7 of their last 10.
Yep.
Like, we'll get there.
And if you believe Drew Gann, and it's a true lottery system, we still have a chance at a top 1 or 2 pick when the ping pong balls fall May the 10th. Like, it doesn't matter.
And if you believe Rusty and that it's all rigged for teams who tank right, then keep winning.
Yeah.
You're not making the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bit of a real gray area, because we're talking about tanking right now, and like we've already tanked. Do you know what I mean? It's like we've already tanked. We've already done the damage.
We're playing Taj Gibson. We're tanking.
Like from here on out, it's just over double-digit games, right? What we got, like 16 games or something like that left?
14, I think.
Yeah. So from here on out, it's just all about effort and being competitive. Now we're going to drop games because the talent level against other teams there's quite a significant drop off, which is why last night's win was such an impressive win. For what we had. I mean, I think you touched on it a little bit on the show, on the post-game show, Drew, where you were talking about we crush this coach for all our losses, but we kind of also don't pat him on the back for the wins as well. And the one thing I'll say about him, I don't have any problem with anyone who doesn't like him, wants him out, or anything like that. I do like some of the schemes he runs, and I do really feel like he gets the best out of end of the bench players. He gets the best out of our G League players, and that's all he's got in front of him right now.
Yeah, exactly. And last night, I told you in the first quarter last night, Wayno, like this is a game that we can win, because Denver is a half court offense. They slow the game down. They don't play in pace, and we can get them tired. That's amazing. The only gray area is above Wayno's lips. Shout out to Drew. Incredible.
That was Kenny.
Yeah. But that was the perfect storm for us last night, because Denver doesn't play well in pace. Like they're a team that only plays in the half court. You get them in a track meet now. Christian Brown had 6 run out dunks last night. But that was a team that we could get in a track meet and beat. Yeah, Christian Brown. We were talking about him on the way home last night. He plays aggressive. He just plays so aggressive.
Yeah, and listen, you can aggressively tank, and that is what we're doing. But as I said on the show last night, odds are like there are in an 82 game season, weird stuff happens. At one point in this season, Oklahoma City was 24-1, and their one loss was at home, I think, to Toronto. Like it would be weirder if you had lost every single game. And so, just take it. I would much rather beat Denver and lose to Brooklyn than beat Brooklyn and lose to Denver. Like, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
And Tiger fan, like, you say what you want about Isolo's system and the things that are going on. They play really hard for Isolo. They play really hard for him.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I'm going to take away from it, because for the last 2 seasons, no one's played in position. You've played people who shouldn't be playing, and they're out of position. The coach is just trying to throw stuff at a wall, see what sticks. And what we've got this year versus last year with Taylor Jenkins' lame duck into the season is that they are still competitive. They are still fighting. They're trying. And that's why I was so freaking encouraged last night when they saw an opportunity to go win it, and they did.
I mean, Ja was on the end of the bench. Like, he was very happy. A brand new hoodie on as well. So, everyone's happy, I think.
Yeah. My one last takeaway from the game last night, because there are a couple of other NBA topics we want to get to before we do our draft. I want Cam Johnson on the Memphis Grizzlies.
That was for you. That was for
I
you
know,
last
man.
night.
It was like I was right there. It was right in front of me. And you can ask Wayno all night. I just kept saying, why can't I want to cheer for this guy? Come to Memphis. Like his shot, 7 of 13 from the field, 5 of 6 from 3. His shot's so pure.
True.
Big brain stuff.
Yeah.
We need our own podcaster to combat Draymond.
Oh.
We need old man in the 3 in Memphis to combat Draymond's narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, ask Wayno. I was like, every time Cam Johnson got the ball last night, I was like, come to Memphis.
At lunch, at dinner, in the parking lot, first quarter, during the game. I think he likes
in
Cam.
bed, he just texted him and said, I love Cam.
Yeah.
Cam saw his
it's been well documented on this show that I get stuck on words and ideas and thoughts, and I'm stuck on Cam Johnson coming to Memphis. All right. I want that dude on Beale Street.
I like it. He was solid.
He's
man.
so good.
Yeah.
He's so
It's going to be a Marcus Smart situation where we covered him for so long, and then he gets here and it's like, oh, my finger hurts, and I didn't want to be here.
Wayno simmed the lottery earlier, and it landed where we got Cam Boozer, we got Karim Lopez, and then we got Dalen Swain. And I said, you add Cam Johnson in free agency, and I'll be insufferable. Yeah. Insufferable, more so than I already am.
Insufferabler.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's exactly right. But hey, again, good win for the Memphis Grizzlies. Speaking of insufferable, God bless Cade Cunningham for what he's going through, man, with this chest injury. So apparently he was taken out for back pain after taking a hit in a game, and it turns out he has a collapsed lung. And you ain't got to be a PT or a doctor to know that that's not good. It's basically one of your lungs deflates, and you get sharp chest pain, hard to take a breath. You can't catch your breath. Your heart rate's going to get high. You're going to be super fatigued. There's going to be some panic set in because you're only breathing with, half of your apparatus. And so Cade Cunningham is going to miss an extended period of time for this Detroit team. And Wayno and I were talking about this earlier. I'm curious to see what they're going to do now at point guard and who's going to step up and be the guy with Cade going out, because he sets the table. He gets the buckets for them. He finds Jalen Duren on lobs and it gets this team rolling downhill. Wayno, I'll start with you. This is a big blow for Detroit, losing Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, and, sort of related to it, this is why if you're Boston, you don't tank your season with a major injury, because now you're right back in the mix and anything can happen. I just want to see how this Detroit team responds. The point guard position is obviously like a very strong point of their offense and how their team works, right? So like, how much is that going to affect the lob situation? Like it's going to affect everything, but it's a matter of, are we contenders or are we pretenders for real? And I think there's a lot of question marks. I'm interested to see if they'll try to make any late signings or anything like that to kind of counter this. But yeah, I think for me, the biggest question mark is just who's running the point right now.
Yeah. Rusty, real quick, before I give my take on it, how long are we talking?
I mean, it's likely the regular season, possibly deep in the playoffs, because
just blow sucker back up, put a Band-Aid on it.
I mean, that's what you think, right? But what they'll have to do, it depends on the severity. They may have to do and again, this is there's a spectrum to this, because that can happen. You get them on oxygen, you can reinflate it that way. There's also the path where they do a chest tube and they have to go in and inflate it from between a rib and do it that way. Obviously, that's worst case scenario. We're gonna completely avoid that if we can. But there's a spectrum here. He's at least out. I would say they said an extended period. It's at least a regular season, if not into the playoffs.
Oh, that's brutal. So, yeah, I'm going to be with King Meeks here. Just go get CP3. It sucks. And it's a weird thing because I'm so literal. It's my biggest fault and sarcastic. But when Wayno said a point guard is so important to Detroit, I was like, yeah, when Cade Cunningham's your point guard, are you talking about the MVP candidate? Yeah, obviously. And in the short term, I was high on Ron Holland. I know he's not your typical set high usage point guard. Love to see what it looks like. I don't know, man. This seems like a real crash and burn situation for a year that is for a team that's probably 1 year away If you just talk about the scars and the
Mhm.
playoff experience, they had their first taste of it last year. They overperformed last year, which would give you a lot of hope for this year. But I still
Mhm.
probably lean in the category that they're 1 year away. You really want it to have a full, honest effort.
Mhm.
Have all the air in your lungs for
Right.
one more
Both
season.
lungs. Yeah.
And how does this even happen? Because every time I hear of a collapsed lung, it's like a car wreck or
Mhm.
a punctured lung, a punctured rib, I guess, or
Yeah.
broken rib, I guess, could puncture a lung.
Yeah.
Like, how does this even happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's a blow and it's the right angle, the right force. Like it could be a sharp blow from an elbow. Like there are a lot of ways that it could happen. He could have been like, it could have been completely deflated, like he had just exhaled and got hit and it just never reinflated. Like there's a lot of ways it can happen. But yeah, it's typically like a traumatic fall, car wreck, like high speed. You're not just going to like bump the cabinet and be like, oh, my lungs collapse. Like it takes some force. And so that's why it's a medical emergency. Like again, if they like, and it, yeah, I mean, I think he landed on the ball. I think you're right, Tiger fan. I think that's what I saw this morning. And it could have just been like right at the right angle at the right moment that just deflated that lung. And it's a medical emergency. It's difficult.
I mean, why can't you not just go?
It's not, yeah, the negative pressure is not designed that way because the inverse of that is you could also blow out too hard and they don't reflate and then you're just dead.
That was gold.
I mean, I'm no scientist, but just
yeah. Bill Cosby has, I know he's faux pas. He has a really funny bit in one of his comedy shows about he had a daughter that was born and he was like, I really wanted a son. He said, my dad said to plug her nose and blow really hard in the mouth and she'll become a boy. He said, I had the hardest time putting her eyeballs back in her head before my wife came in the room.
Jeez. Yeah.
Anyway, but the worst part about this for Cade too, he's averaging 24 points, 5.5 rebounds, 9.9 assists per game. He's played 61 games this year. So now no All-NBA, all of the thresholds for the 65 games.
Detroit is nobody's happier than the Pistons right now.
Yep.
I don't know if he already signed like his Supermax or whatever.
I can look, but like, oh, that's such a bummer, man. That's such a bummer.
Is there any chance he comes back this season?
It's very, very slim.
Like, I don't know if they somehow manage to get through a few rounds of the playoffs.
So he signed a 5-year, $224 million max extension in July of 2024, runs through 29-30. So he's under contract.
But he hadn't hit an All-NBA team yet. So
right.
Maybe next year.
But yeah, like there is a chance, Wayno, but this is one of those things like there's a window where it could recollapse pretty easily. And they're going to need to get him through that window before he can play.
Mate, if he has this injury for the Grizzlies, they basically would just retire him, right? Like
they put him in an iron lung until he's 60. Like those old polio machines, like they put him in that iron lung until he's 60. Like your mic can come out when you retire, like at 65 when Medicare kicks in.
But don't worry, we'll put your little TV in there so you can watch.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, we got to address the elephant in the room, and I don't want to address it by name because I'm so sick of giving this guy airtime in Memphis when all he does is crap all over us. But we're talking about relocation in Memphis again. It hit the internet this week again with all this expansion talk about relocating teams. And Bobby Marks this morning said the same thing. He was like if we're looking at adding new teams, why not look at relocation with some of the scores over the last couple of nights? Where Brooklyn has been down by 60 points at halftime twice. Like, why don't we look at those teams and not the Grizzlies, who are now being talked about once again? And Wayne and I talked about this, Drew, and I want to get your take on this first. Mm-hmm. Like, clearly somebody is putting this message out there because there's a lot of different people in a lot of different circles that keep talking about Memphis relocating. Does that make you nervous at all about any kind of truth to this?
No, I don't think it's a coordinated message per se. I think you look at, listen, Memphis is the smallest market. It just is. You're not going to change that. You're not going there. The stats are the stats. And if you are just looking at market sizes, there are a lot of markets in the continental United States that are bigger, that have other pro franchises that do not have an NBA team, like Kansas City, St. Louis. I mean, you just go down the list here. And so that's where this is coming from. It's from an ignorance perspective. It's from just looking at this and like, oh, because it's not a support thing. They've got more support here than anywhere than most teams have. And so it's just like, I want to find a way to get a team in, pick your city, Seattle or Las Vegas or, like I said, St. Louis or whatever. And so who would we pick? Oh, the smallest market would probably be the first to go. And coupled with that is the least negotiations that are going on between the city of Memphis and the Grizzlies and all that. It's a perfect storm. And then you just got Draymond, who I don't know who pissed in his Cheerios, but it's obviously personal. And I feel like it's gotten to the point to where it's more personal than just what has gone on in the antics on the court in playoff battles and, the Klay Thompson, count them 1, 2, 3, 4, and this whole thing that wars that the Grizzlies and Warriors have been on in recent years. It feels more personal. And I can't help but think that, Draymond on multiple occasions has said oh yeah, in free agency, I thought I was going to be a Grizzly, or it's always just kind of came up the Grizzlies and Draymond Green and are there hurt feelings? I don't know. I just couldn't give a crap less if there's a sauna in the city in Shelby County at all. You're coming in, you're flying in, you're staying at a nice hotel, and then you're playing a basketball game, and then you're leaving. What amenities do you need to do your job? And so I don't care that he has a beef with a lack of a sauna. He's not staying at a Hampton Inn.
Yeah. The Memphis Grizzlies do not need to cater to Draymond Green. And that's as simple as that. Quite frankly, I hope all opposing teams that come into Memphis have a pretty shitty stay. I hope they look less forward to it, to coming to the city and playing. Yep. I hope it is uncomfortable. And I hope that reflects on the court. Do you know what I mean?
Who was the football team? Who was the football team that painted the visitors' locker room?
Iowa.
Yeah.
You're dead right. It's personal. It's been personal for a while. I mean, I just don't understand what his whole angle in this is other than clickbait. Because think of all the other narratives. I mean, he's got his own show right now.
He's a troll, and he gets responses
clicks
out of
engagement.
So that's all this is. Because there's so many other stories going on right now. He spoke on Ja Morant earlier in the year as well, and the Memphis Grizzlies situation. And then Dylan Brooks said something about Memphis. And to be honest with you, that's kind of the reason why I'm happy to move on from our previous core. I'm sick of all this nonsense. I'm sick of it being the butt of the joke. And anyone, who's touched grass recently, shout out. Anyone who's touched grass recently and has an actual pulse on the team and what we're doing knows that all these comments are coming from people who are just staring at the standings. Do you know what I mean? They don't realize or don't care, don't follow the team. We have such a young core right now. I said that to Rusty last night. It's first quarter tipped off, and I'm looking at it and I go, oh my God, it didn't hit me till last night at how young and inexperienced our team actually was when I saw those players out on the court. And it's just a big nothing burger. And again, I don't understand his angle. I think for the size of the city and the money we make, it's probably not as bad as you think compared to a big city that's losing money. For what was yesterday, Wednesday?
Wednesday.
For a Wednesday against a Denver team, that stadium was so much fun to be in. And I know I'm a little bit biased, but there was definitely an atmosphere and a vibe going on it was fun. Even if I walked out of that game and went, man, we lost, we got pumped by 20, I still would have walked out and went, man, you know what? So much entertainment going on around me. The win was just extra. And you touched on it a minute ago, Rusty. It's why aren't we talking about relocating the Brooklyn Nets? Why aren't we talking about relocating a Sacramento team who's been horrible for years? I'm pretty sure our record of making the playoffs will hold up pretty well against those teams.
Yeah,
and a couple thoughts on which
Brooklyn's in New York. They're not
going to.
Oh well, they've got New York. Do you know what I mean? Like
a couple thoughts on what y'all said. So with the Draymond thing, like I do think like there may be some butthurt that maybe there was some backdoor dealings that we didn't understand, that he wanted to come to Memphis and maybe Memphis didn't want him. And so now it's personal goal to go out and bash Memphis. That's a thought. I am going to push back a little bit, Drew, on the big narrative thing. Like there are too many people in too many different circles that are talking about it. I don't think that like Adam Silver is out there planting these seeds. We need to move the Grizzlies, or there's one.
Think it's Robert Parra?
I think it's Robert Parra, but then he would have to sell the team back to the FedEx family for the original price. So there's a clause there's a kill clause in the contract with that, for what I understand.
I thought that expired.
I don't think so. Not as of I have to look, but I don't think it did. But there somebody is out there telling enough people, because it's Draymond, it's Tracy McGrady, it's Stephen A. Smith, it's all these different people in different circles, that they're hearing something. Again, I'm not saying there's any credence to it. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I am 100% firmly team. We're not going anywhere, because two things. We're in the small markets. We're the highest TV ratings of the small markets. More people watch basketball in Memphis than most of the other small market teams in the NBA. And two, if you remember when Vancouver came to Memphis, there were two teams who wanted to come to Memphis. They were bidding to come to Memphis. The Vancouver Grizzlies and the Charlotte Hornets were both trying to get to Memphis. So this is a wanted spot. So we're not going anywhere. But there's enough chatter about it that somebody is trying to either A, make it happen, or B, just engagement for him 100%.
Well, this is teams move for really one reason, one main reason, and it's a stadium, and that's what perks my ears more than anything else. I don't care what Draymond says about hotels in a minute. Like, it couldn't bother me less what Draymond says. In fact, I lean more towards Wayno, and it's like, whereas I hate hearing it all the time, I hope that he doesn't enjoy his stay here. Like,
good.
He's quite possibly my least favorite person that walks God's green earth. I just don't care for him in the slightest. But we all agreed it was a tragedy that the Supersonics were taken out of Seattle.
Yep.
And they were moved to Oklahoma City, of all places. Like, that's not a big market. That's not a pro market. There's no other teams there. It's just a college state that got an NBA team because Seattle could not get the Key Arena upgraded and the city wouldn't help them. And so that is the fulcrum in which this sits. Like, you've got to get this worked out. I'm not discouraged, and I don't think that anything won't happen. I don't think that the Grizzlies are going anywhere, but that is the genesis of this. We're a small market team, and the headline front office non-basketball related topic right now is, can we renew this lease? What's the holdup? They're obviously playing a hardball, trying to police presence or to clean up Beale Street or whatever it is, but it's still in limbo for one reason or another.
Yeah. And I'll just say, like, just my sort of final thoughts on it. It's that this is all piggyback news. Do you know what I mean? This is all Draymond's talked about. So ESPN's going to pick it up, and they're going to agree with Draymond, and they're going to discuss it on their little channel, and then all the other little plebs are going to follow suit, and you're going to see it on your Facebook feed for like 6 weeks. Do you know what I mean? That's
clicks. It's all engagement.
Yeah, 100%. So
listen, y'all better hope that Draymond Green doesn't retire soon. He needs to keep playing as long as possible, because as long as he's only doing his little podcast, then he's not doing inside the NBA.
And we've already got Perk. We've already got one fool up there spewing nonsense and being terrible. Why do we need another?
Perk's an idiot. Everybody knows Perk's an idiot.
Yeah.
Draymond is not far behind him.
Well, Draymond is basketball smart. Nobody pays any attention. I would care what if Draymond Green said that the Memphis Grizzlies are playing bad basketball. I would listen, because I think Draymond Green is basketball smart. He's also a heel and a troll and like a WWE character as well. And so if we could separate those two, I would listen to Draymond. But he is going to get on a panel and have a long career. And it's going to be, what's the dude's name? The former old school Rocket, who just spends every day on Twitter bashing Utah fans.
Vernon Maxwell.
Maxwell. All he does is say, he wakes up every morning and says, I'm going to piss off.
He hates him. He hates him with a passion.
That's going to be Draymond in Memphis, except Draymond's going to be on ESPN.
Yep. No, 100%. Well, hey, we're going to hit this commercial real quick. That's enough relocation talks, enough NBA talk. On the other side of this commercial break, we got college basketball to talk about, including a pre-March Madness, pre-tournament NBA draft. Stick around after this commercial break. Everybody just got here. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Tired of the same old fast food? The soggy fries, the frozen flavors, the meals that never quite hit right. Head over to Waldo's Chicken and Beer, where everything starts fresh and flavor comes first. Our chicken is fried in rich beef tallow for that bold, old-school crunch you can actually taste. Don't skip the premium homemade southern sides. Fresh greens, hearty white beans, and creamy mac and cheese made to complete the meal. Bring your whole family. There's plenty of space to relax. Plus a game room the kids will love. Catch the game on big screens, grab a drink at the full bar, and enjoy happy hour specials. Every day from 3 to 6, all day on Tuesday and Sunday. Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Real food, real flavor, made from scratch.
I have been super encouraged on Gigi Jackson.
Yes.
Despite the tank, and I feel like I've been right on Gigi a lot. I was scared going into year 2 because of the empty stats he put up, empty big stats he put up as a rookie in a team that was tanking. And then we saw in year 2 was a struggle, and year 3 started out really bad. And here we are tanking again. I was scared that it was going to revert the progress he made, but he has just stayed the course with the game plan set aside for him. It is all downhill. It's all physical. He's trying to touch the rim every single time he gets into the paint.
Exactly what you need from Gigi. Like when you were looking to find out like who the cornerstones of your next generation are going to be, you need a guy who can close. You need somebody who's going to come into the fourth quarter and be like, forget all the other stuff that happened. Forget everything in the first 3 quarters. Yes, I wasn't efficient, but now it's my turn. Like, I'm going to put the hammer, the nail into this coffin, and we're going to go home with a win. Tune into the post-game bounce live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel immediately after every Memphis Grizzlies game for instant reactions and breakdowns.
The truth is that Memphis can succeed in this era of college basketball. I think they can succeed in it more than than some people in this media market are framing it. Memphis should still be a very successful program and a very successful team from year to year, considering the current resources it has to work with. And this whole initiative, this whole plan that's set to be carried out by Penny Hardaway and Ed Scott, respectively, along with the rest of this program and the rest of this athletic department, it's certainly aiming to mitigate a lot of these negatives for good there.
The presser today wasn't just a Penny's coming back. It was everything's changing, right? Penny is very important, not just for the athletics in the city, but he's also important just to the city generally. The gravity of this decision is a really big one. And they trust him. It shows how much trust they have in him, because someone's got to do it. Someone has to have this title that is tied up to so much money. But I think they think Penny's the guy, and we'll see.
Tune into On Beat with BCM live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. for the most in-depth look into Memphis Tiger athletics.
Memphis, it's time to plant your flag. Join us this Saturday for an afternoon of art, college basketball, and celebrating this great city. The Plant Your Flag series is a direct response to recent national media coverage of the Memphis Grizzlies and the city they call home. Curated by Australian artist Wayne Hunt, the series celebrates all things that makes Memphis, Memphis. The people, the places, and of course, basketball. Partnered with Bluff City Media, the artworks include caricatures, odes, icons, and landmarks that set the story straight about the 901. Stepping up with that famous Southern hospitality, Grind City Brewing is proud to host the show with the city as the perfect backdrop. This Saturday, March 21st, come raise a glass with us to Memphis, basketball, and the people that make this city great.
Some dreams don't just come true, they come with 4 paws. At Puppy Dreams, we match loving families with happy, healthy puppies. From playful companions to lifelong best friends, your perfect match is waiting. And with our professional grooming spa, your pup will look as amazing as they feel. Visit Puppy Dreams today and meet the one who's been waiting just for you.
Welcome back to the $2 Sports Show, Thursday edition of the show. We've got Wayno here with us stateside, and we've talked about the Memphis Grizzlies, and we've talked about Draymond's mouth breathing into a microphone, and now we're going to have a little fun, bringing back something we haven't done in a while, a draft.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this. The NCAA Tournament has kicked off. Just a reminder, if you're wanting to bet on college basketball games right now, FanDuel is your home to do that. The official odds provider of Bluff City Media. Currently, TCU is up 5 on Ohio State. Troy is up 3 on Nebraska. You can still get Troy at plus 480 on the money line if you think they're going to continue to win that game. But hey, it's early. If you want to bet on college basketball, go bet on FanDuel. They've got bonus bets. They've got choose your rewards. They got a lot of ways to help you win money. Go check them out over at FanDuel.com. But as Drew said, we're going to do a draft today, something we used to do all the time on the $2 Sports Show back in the day. Super excited about this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull up Tankathon. I'm going to click Sim for all of us to see, and we'll see what the order is going to be for this year's NBA draft. This will happen on May the 10th. For our purposes today, Drew's going to draft first for whatever team is first. Wayno will draft second for whatever team is second. Me third, and we'll roll through that order through the lottery. Ready, gents?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Do this. All right. So over on Tankathon, they've got this feature where you can click right here where it says Sim Lottery.
Spin that wheel.
And the New Orleans Pelicans get the first overall pick, which goes to Atlanta. What a gross
payoff.
Yeah. I mean, that worked out for Atlanta like bandits. So, Drew, you're up first. You got the Hawks. Who are you picking for the Hawks?
Okay. This is interesting. The Hawks have a really good core. They've won 11 straight games. You've seen a lot of Jalen Johnson's blossom into a potential superstar. So that's kind of your wing. I'm on record saying that if I were the Memphis Grizzlies, I'd take AJ DeBansta number 1. Is AJ DeBansta a little redundant with Jalen Johnson? Quite possibly. You just got rid of Trae Young, and so the point guard position is right now. Wayno, you can tell me it's Dyson Daniels. Who else is starting at point guard for Austin?
Yeah, like Dyson. That's about it.
Yeah. So and then Boozer is the other option there, and you've got Onyeka Okongwu there as the center. Let's see. And who's behind me? Indiana, Brooklyn, Sacramento. I think that I would, if I were Atlanta, and I've said this in regards to a lot of teams, if you feel like you're steady in where you're at and you are a playoff team, go get the guy that helps you immediately. So I will take Cam Boozer.
Oh, really?
I do. And
Flip
this
it,
is
Kenny.
probably the only team that I could do this for. But Jalen Johnson is a superstar. They play the same position as DeBansta. You can go and plug him in immediately. You're going to be in the playoffs this year. You're going to be in the playoffs going forward. He is the highest floor guy, not necessarily the highest ceiling guy, in my opinion.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think Atlanta should go Boozer.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks. Cam Boozer goes first overall in Drew Gann's mock draft.
And just to show you, I'm not a hater of Cam Boozer. I've never been. But yeah.
All right, Wayno, you're up next. You're picking for Indiana. Boozer is off the board.
Man, well, I kind of feel like I can't go wrong with either Peterson or AJ. Oh man, I feel like Peterson's the right move. I feel like Peterson's the right move for Indiana. I could see AJ totally fit, but I think with the injuries,
Hallie?
well, with the injuries they've had with why am I blanking?
Halliburton.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He is a good safety net. You can also run. Oh yeah, I don't know now.
Well, he can play point guard or shooting guard, much like Hallie. Like they're kind of the same players, so they could be a good backcourt combo, man.
Yeah, 100%. And then you've still got TJ coming off the bench for him. You don't impact his minutes greatly either. I like the idea of him. I mean, look, there's all the question marks. I think you kind of go, I mean, man, that is such a tough pick. I think, honestly, I've got to go the guard. I've got to go the point guard.
I think that's a strong pick because that's going to make their backcourt Andrew Nembhard, Cam or Darren Peterson, and Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, that's a strong backcourt. Or you can play Neesmith. You got Jarris Walker. Like, I think that's a strong backcourt. Whoever is the third beside Peterson and Hallie, that's strong. Well, obviously, y'all made this easy for me. Yeah. Brooklyn would be the very one that would go draft like a Keaton Wagler here or a Hannes Steinbach because they always do those weird things and like. But I'm not Brooklyn. I'm being smart for Brooklyn. I'm taking AJ DeBansta. He's got the highest ceiling in this draft. Could be absolutely amazing, elite, all NBA type talent. AJ DeBansta, you are a Brooklyn net. Super, as simple as that.
Yeah, I think it is that simple. The third pick is going to be the easiest pick to make. And it's quite possibly going to be one of the highest value picks too when it comes to the first two picks and you're on the clock. Your phone's going to ring.
Yeah, 100%.
Sacramento, I think is pretty easy too, or the fourth pick is pretty easy because I'm pretty locked in on Caleb Wilson being the fourth best product. I think there is a tier break there, but I don't really know that there's anybody on his tier. He may be in a tier 2 by himself because I'm not as sold on, the next tier of guys, whether it be the guard from Houston or Acuff or Keaton Wagler. Like I put Caleb Wilson above all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider this with the Sacramento? Like, would you consider considering the mess that roster is and the pieces they already have right now? Would you consider going? I mean, we talk a lot about going best available talent. Would you go a point guard? Would you make the jump with an Acuff or Fleming's? A bit more defensive minded?
I don't care for Fleming's, I don't think.
I'm kind of there with you.
I have Acuff higher than Fleming's. If you're dead set on a point guard, then yeah, I would go Acuff. But as big of a mess as Sacramento is, I just am going to take the best player available. And in my opinion, Caleb Wilson stands there. Pretty obvious to take.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. Sacramento is another team that does weird things. That's a real Wayno brings up a good point with there's a real chance there's a point guard taken there. But I think Caleb Wilson is the fourth best option and should be the fourth pick. So, Wayno, you're up with Washington.
Yeah, I'm making the jump. I'm bringing in Acuff to Washington. I'm getting myself some. They've got some big guards. Give me a smaller firecracker who's proven he can put up big numbers. Questions?
It's quite possibly the worst defensive backcourt in the history of the NBA with Trae Young and Acuff.
I don't know, man.
That's the only issue there.
You've still got to stop them. You've still got. I mean, they still have to hit the wall of bigs behind. I think you can make that work. And I think Acuff has done enough to jump himself up the ladder. They said this. Yeah. They said similar things about Iverson when he hit the league. About his small stature, and he came in and just blew everyone away. I'm not saying that Acuff is Iverson or anything like that. I just think that he could definitely have. I I also think with Acuff, you have a more serious point of attack option. Do you know what I mean? He will, I think, instantly become that first option. And I think that could really pay off for Washington.
I mean, Washington needs offense. That's Trae Young is an offensive-minded point guard, but you need guys who can score. Washington is a terrible team. I think that's a strong move if they want to go get some Trae Young insurance, who's also been hurt, a guy that can play with Trae. Yeah, Acuff. I mean, it makes sense him going 5th overall. There's a chance he's the 5th best product, but again, guy doesn't play a lick of defense.
But you can always bring in, your pick doesn't need to be defensive-minded. You can always build your team in the offseason with defense. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
So, yeah, sure. I suppose that's my argument for Acuff.
I would take Acuff 5, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's the 5th best player.
Same. Yeah. So here's where it gets interesting. I got Utah up next with the 6th overall pick. Isaiah Collier has been good for them. Keontae George has been really good for them this year, although he's hurt. Obviously, they got Ace Bailey last year. You see what they're building here, right? They're going to have Laurie Markkinen, Ace Bailey, Jaren Jackson Jr., Walker Kessler. Like, I feel like their front court is pretty solidified. But, like, they've got good options at point guard, but I think they still need shooting and offense. Maybe this is a little bit biased. Maybe that's what this is. I'm going Keaton Wagler. He's a 6'6" point guard, shooting guard. Like, he's a guy that you can set sets for, that can get you buckets as a spot-up shooter. He does lack a little bit of explosion at creating his own shot, but if you can surround him with, again, Laurie and Ace and Keontae George, who's been really good, Isaiah Collier is a good point guard, that might be best-case scenario for a Keaton Wagler. So I'm going Wagler, 6 overall to Utah.
I actually like this because you can play him at a 2, and it doesn't mean you have to move
exactly
off point guard.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I actually don't mind that. Like,
I think it's a good fit.
We spoke a little bit this before the show, Rusty, about like, is drafting an automatic replacement, especially this high up. So I like that pick for
Yeah, I think that's a good fit for him. Drew, you are the Dallas Mavericks at 7th overall.
Okay. I would. You look at the landscape there. I like their bigs. They've still got PJ Washington and Derek Lively. I like them. I think you're looking for a guard. I think you're looking for, and Cooper Flagg, obviously, but I'm calling him a wing. But you're looking for Kyrie replacement. We know what Kyrie is at this point. He's great. He's legendary when he's playing. He could play for 3 or 4 more years. He could be out or request a trade. We don't know. So I'm looking at the guards available. Is where I'm starting. It's going to be between Kingston Flemings, Acuff already been off the board, Wagler been off the board, Mikal Brown. So take your pick between the two of them. I will, because of the recent injury with Mikal Brown, and I've just seen more of Kingston Flemings, I'll go Flemings. I appreciate what Flemings is. I like a guy that comes out of Houston. That coach is an incredible hard-nosed. I kind of want what that's about, to play there. So I'll take Kingston Flemings to the.
Wayno and I talked about that this morning.
Mavericks.
Like, if you're Dallas, like, you got to be looking point guard because Kyrie is older. He's more advanced. You got to get Kyrie bought in as a guy that, like, can help, like, mentor and bring this guy up. Again, they've got Gafford, they've got Lively, they've got Cooper Flagg. Like, they've got some pieces here. I could see them, and Klay Thompson. Does Klay Thompson come back? Is it time to move on from Klay? What does that look like? But I like this a point guard here for Dallas. I lean a bit more Mikal Brown Jr. I know that the back injury is a thing, but Flemings is a defensive dog, and that's what comes out of Houston. I think Dallas does go point guard, like we talked about earlier, Wayno.
Yeah, good. It's a good pick.
All right. Wayno, the Memphis Grizzlies are on the clock.
Yeah, no pressure now. No pressure.
So much pressure right now. I'm gonna get this is not a win-win situation for me. Okay, I'm gonna get
especially of them being 8th. Like, this is like in everybody's mind. This is worst case scenario. Acuff is off the board. The big 4 are off the board,
and we've kind of went chalk.
I
have said for the longest time that I want ED insurance. I want a big, and picking a big first was always sort of my go-to because I feel like you can pick and choose after that, and you're still getting enough talent in. That being said, I'm going to go a guard, and I'm going to go Mikael Brown Jr. Even with the injury, I'm happy to ride that out because, hey, we are the Memphis Grizzlies after all, so seems a little bit fitting right now. But again, like similar to that Utah pick, I like him because, you know, selecting him doesn't mean you need to move off a guy like Ty. I mean, you could definitely make that combination work. He does kind of. I've seen draft comps, you know, of him compared to like is it Anthony Simons from
Yeah,
pretty
just
solid.
Anthony.
yeah. I don't know.
Drew's favorite player.
Yeah, I don't know if I see that comp quite as much. The other one I would just throw this out to both of you is that I've seen Lopez recently as high as a number 11. Knowing what we know about Kleiman, do you think they would potentially use their pick on a Lopez at 8?
I think that's a little high
Little
for
too
him.
high? Yeah,
I was gonna pitch the question. So Wayno, you were on the hot seat and you took Mikael Brown Jr.
Yes, sir.
Drew, who would you take here with what we have left for the Memphis Grizzlies? Just want impact draft picks going forward. Wayno's already made the pick as Mikael Brown Jr. Is that the same pick you would make with who's left, or would you go a different direction? Because I think I would go a different direction.
I may try to trade down, honestly. Like I don't love these. If I agree with what I was saying about needing a big, there's no bigs right here. There's no bigs in the top half of this draft. We may go all the way to the 13, 14 before we see a big taken in the lottery without it being shocking. So I would probably, if you made me take somebody, I would just rock the world and take Thomas Howell, I think.
That's a good one. I was going to say, like, I would probably reach here if I was going to, if I stayed, it would be a reach. Thomas Howell was going to be the one I talked about. Another one I would look at if you're still thinking guard, still thinking scoring, Braden Burris from Arizona would be a guy I would reach for right here because he can go on a generational heater. And what do we need? We need shooting. But the pick is Mikael Brown Jr. Drew says Thomas Howell. I agree with Drew as well. I got Chicago. Huh?
Clip it.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often, so clip it. I got Chicago. Chicago is a team full of guards. I'm going to reach here a little bit because there aren't any big, like, great guys. I'm not a fan of Nate Ament. I've watched enough of him that I don't think he's quite ready yet. I think there's a lot of things about his game. He's a little bit soft. He can be a little bit indecisive. I don't know that he's ready to go be just a killer in the NBA just yet. So I'm not a big Nate Ament guy. I'm going to get, and I guess it's not a huge reach. He's averaging 12.2 rebounds per game. No, you know what? I am going to reach a guy that feels like he fits Chicago with his attitude and what we've talked about. Wayno, we've talked about him recently. I'm going Yaxel Lundenborg from Michigan. I think he has a chance to make some ground up here in the tournament. If he has a good tournament run, Michigan plays for a long time, because Hannah Steinbach is the other power forward that's available here. They got him at 10th on Tankathon's big board. He's not playing in the tournament. He can go have a great combine and get back in it. But if a guy like a Yaxel Lundenborg or like Drew's Thomas Howell has a great like tourney run, they might move up a little bit. So I'm going Yaxel at 9.
Okay.
I have Milwaukee, and we are talking about who freaking knows what this offseason is going to look like.
What drama has been the last couple of days, man?
Yeah. Do they end up with 2 more lottery picks because they trade Giannis before the draft? We don't know. We don't know. And so just on face value, who do you draft here? I have no idea. I have no idea. What I feel like is in stone is Miles Turner. Like, Miles Turner will be there. Everybody else is just like, I don't know. I don't know. Bobby Portis could be gone. So best available is Nate Ament. I'm probably at this range. I'm taking a stab for like a superstar. So if you look down here at a guy that could be awesome, but is just untapped, I love the mindset of LeBaron Philon. Yeah. Just the dog in him.
That's a good pick.
So sure, I'll take Philon.
Nice.
I like that. Wayno, you were on the clock at 11 as Golden State.
A club sandwich. That's all I heard.
Let's look down the draft board here. I think Ole Miss has got a guy they should take. He's not.
I think they should probably draft a big. I think that's like where they've over the past couple of years, like where they've had their attention diverted. I mean, I think though I'd probably take a chance on Koa Pete. I think power forward about 6'8". I mean, you've got to be thinking if you're Golden State, like what's next? Do you know what I mean? What's next? Like this core has come to an end. I mean, in one sense, I'm kind of glad we pulled the trigger when we did. Do you know what I mean? We just don't have the championships behind us that Golden State do, but it really does feel like the Draymond Curry core has run itself through. And it's time for a breath of something new. So I just think Koa Pete, like I haven't been super high on him, I must admit, but I mean a 6'8" power forward, and he does move quite well, and I think there's lots of room for him to grow. Whether Steve Kerr benches him with a bunch of DNPs, that's the future to decide. But I think I'll go Koa Pete for the Golden State
pick. If you're gonna take a chance, go take a chance. And the guy has shown flashes. I'm like you. I'm kind of cooled on him, but he has shown flashes. So as we start to wind this thing down, I have the next pick with Portland. They're getting Dame Lillard back. They're gonna have Dame Lillard, Drew Holiday, Tamani Kamari in their backcourt. I think that they're gonna look to pair somebody with Donovan Clingan, and Donovan Clingan's already getting 20 rebounds a night. Go get a guy who rebounds super well, who's a rim runner, protects the rim super well. I think Thomas Howell from Florida is the pick here. He's 6'9", rim running power forward. Shot is coming along. He's a junior now. He's a 3-year college player. I think this is good value for Thomas Howell, and I think Portland Drake takes him at 12th overall.
You totally robbed my Charlotte pick, because there's one thing we know Charlotte wants. It's the white guy. They took Khan, Liam McNeely, and the big white dude from Creighton.
Yeah. Hannah Steinbach is right there from Washington, man. He's right there.
Yeah. Okay.
I talked you into it.
Yeah. I've never heard of this fellow before.
He's averaging. He's good. He's going to be it's a bummer he's not playing. He's the big power forward, over 12 rebounds per game. He's a guy that you can set offenses for in the post. He's more of a back to the basket kind of player, not necessarily like a stretch the floor type four, but he's athletic. He protects the rim, 2-foot dunker as you like, and he's a really good rebounder.
Yeah. Okay.
This is it. I guess that's the pick. And then Wayno, you are picking for the devil, for the enemy here,
right.
Oklahoma City.
I've already got
Philly as the last pick.
I've got this in lock because nothing would annoy us more than them picking another absolute stud, and they are the champs. They look like they're looking pretty good this season as well. So they don't need immediate impact. They can afford to draft a guy and bank on his progression, and I think they do that. I think they take the jump with Kareem Lopez. I think that's a nice, safe pick for them. It also potentially down the line becomes your maybe Jalen Williams replacement when the money starts getting a little bit too tight. Potentially, not saying that's locked in, but they're also bringing in a pro, a guy who's super young. He's 18. He's been playing pro ball for the past 3 seasons now. We talked about him on the show previously, Rusty, and I think he'd be pretty solid for them.
I like it. So that is your lottery picks according to the $3 in this year's upcoming draft. We'll know May the 10th. This is our pre-tournament draft. After the tournament, heading into May 10th, we're going to do this exercise one more time, see if our minds change. Who is the guy? Because there's always that guy that skyrockets their draft in the tournament. Who's it going to be this year? Could it be Koa Pete? Could it be a Yaxo London board? Could it be a Thomas Howell that shoots up a draft board? We'll see in a couple of weeks. Make sure y'all check out all the basketball today. FanDuel.com is your home for those wagers if you want to go play some on the games today. But that's going to do it for your Thursday edition of the $2 Sports Show. I am Rusty Buckets. Got Wayno here filling in. Make sure you come out Saturday, Saturday, 1 p.m. Central Time at Grind City Brewing. We're going to have the art show, Plant Your Flag. Come plant your flag with us. I've seen the prints. They're incredible. Got some great prices on them. It's going to be a fun day of beautiful weather, great brews, art, basketball, the works. It's going to be a ton of fun. Make sure y'all come out. Grind City Brewing this Saturday at 1 o'clock. Wayno, thanks for being here with us again, man. Glad you're enjoying your time in the States. Looking forward to a fun afternoon today. Y'all go be a friend to somebody who needs a friend. And Drew, tell them why there are no refunds.
That's right, because with the $2, you always get what you pay for. Happy Thursday, everybody. We will see you again tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to the $2 Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.